What's going on, everybody? UltimatDjz here from the Teaching Trek YouTube channel with a quick and dirty for you. This is Q's Trials and the Forbidden Tech that actually came out with Voyager Part 3. We're going to dive into it very quickly, give you a very brief top-down overview of the loop and how to play it and where these benefits can come into play. We'll save our analysis for another day, but this is just meant to be an instructional video for you to get involved with the loop, what you're supposed to be doing every single day, or every couple of days rather, and how you can actually engage with Q's Trials and Forbidden Tech. Let's first begin inside the game, where you will see this brand new building, Court of Q, which is awesome, by the way. I actually really love the artwork on this. It's got the nice big statue of Q in there. What you're going to do, the first thing you're going to do is build the building, of course. You're going to be given a gift chest with 100 of the unlock keys, and then you'll build the building. Once you do that, you'll be able to actually come in here to Trials, and that will get you into Q's Trials, which would be step one of this feature. You can also, if you look over my shoulder here, you see this little pink button right there. That will also get you into Q's Trials. Now, what you're going to see is 3 sets that you have access to here at the very beginning. This is 1-star explorers, interceptors, and battleships. You'll go through these. And once you complete these, then you will be earning through some of these milestones the unlock currency to get to the 2-star, and then you'll get to the 3-star, and then you'll get to the 4-star stuff. So there's a lot of different stuff in here. When you come inside, you're going to see all these milestones over here on the left that source a bunch of currency, but you'll also see that you've got this proto matter that you can earn by doing every single one of these missions. Now, what you need to know is how to start a mission is going to take bells, challenge bells, and I know you can't probably see that right off the bat. There we go. Turn off the logo. You see the challenge bells over here. There's 25. It costs 25 to run one. You will see your bank up here of these trial bells, and you'll start out with, I think, 100 when you actually begin this arc. Now, what you'll do is you'll actually run this. It will spawn a little hostile, and I'm going to show you that here in just a moment. But as you go through and collect these milestones, it will give you other rewards and more bells for you to be able to go through and do your stuff. Now, for those of you very early in this loop, you might notice that you were able to do all the 1-star trials, but you don't have a level 7 building yet. As a matter of fact, you come out here, you can see mine is only level 4. So that means I don't actually have access to the 2-star trials yet. Am I stuck? No. I still want to spend my trial bells. I still want to try to earn the proto matter. Why? Because by doing these trials, we're actually going to come out here and we're going to complete a daily. The daily is where some of the upgrade currency and the refinery currency comes from. There's 2 dailies. One is for 75 bells. That's basically doing 3 trials, and you're going to get some refinery credits, some reactors, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and emblem of assessment. That is your building material. The emblem of assessment is your building material. So that is in the small daily, and then down here you've got a larger daily for 125 bells, which will be a little bit tougher for us to maintain, but right up here up front you can absolutely manage the clock to be able to get that. It's going to just get you some extra credits and the tech, but really the key is the small daily, the one that you want to do every single day because it has the building parts in there for you to upgrade the building, which is honestly what you're going to need to do so that you can progress through the ladders and get to your level 7 so you can start with the 2-star buildings, or the 2-star ladders. And you'll notice over here, for example, you need level 25 to start the 3 trials and level 40 to go to the 4-star trials. So what happens when you're done with all 3 ladders and you don't have level 7? Well, you still have to do the daily. You can still come in, and we're going to show this to you. You will have already earned all of these milestone rewards, but you still want to do the task. You still want to start this right here, which we will do. It will pop up a 15-minute timer. You'll see that. And we will still earn the proto matter. Okay, so even though we've already collected all these milestone rewards over here, we still want to do that so that we can get our bell points for the daily and get our proto matter. Then we're going to come out into the game, and we're going to find that hostile. The nice thing is that when you look at your galaxy view map, it will spawn within 1 or 2 systems. Further, if you actually come inside here, you can find, which one did we do? The Explorer one? Yes, we did. You can find that little locate button right there. If you just click that, it'll take you straight to the system where the hostel is, and it will always be within 1 or 2 systems of where you are, okay? So be aware of that. If you're housed in deep space, if you're housed next to token space, anything that might be difficult for you to get into, make sure that you're in low space or maybe even territory, depending, because obviously you can see mine spawned in a territory that's not mine. You do want to probably use your best ships and your best crew for these, because there are going to be some bonus points that are earned in these trials, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a moment. We're going to find this fuchsia, this pink, this purple, whatever color you guys want to call this. This will be your trial hostel. Only you can see it. Nobody else can, so you don't have to worry about anybody intercepting your hostel. However, if you are in somebody else's territory, I guess you'd have to worry about somebody actually taking you out. But once we complete this, once we kill this hostel, then we're going to come back in here and we're going to see that the challenge has actually been completed. Now, when we come back in, we'll see that it's been completed. We can click the claim button here, and you'll notice the proto matter is going to actually go into my inventory. So I'm going to claim that, and we can see that that proto matter goes into inventory. It will still show the 80. However, you'll notice that there is a proto matter bonus, all right? And that comes from levels of the Court of Q building. So you'll notice here I'm getting a 7% bonus. So if I were checking my before and after, I'm going to get 80 with a 7% boost. So it should be about 85 or 86 is what I'm going to get there. Now I'm going to go and do one more, and that is going to finish my daily. Now, once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and head over here so I can kill that hostel. You'll again notice it's within 2 of my base. Here is my base, so that's 1, and hop 2. That's going to send me over here to kill this hostel, and I'm going to kill that hostel. Now, while I'm waiting on that, I've now done my dailies. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to claim my dailies to get my refinery tokens, and I'm going to claim my dailies to get my building parts, okay? And then I'm going to come back. I am going to double check to see if I can do any upgrade levels of the building. I don't think that I will be able to today. Actually, it looks like I can. Look, 290 exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that shortly. I don't necessarily need to do it on the video, but I will do that so that I get more proto matter tomorrow when I go to do my dailies. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to come into the Forbidden Tech refinery. There, I'm going to see that I've got the refinery credits that I just earned, and I'm going to exchange those for fusion rods. The fusion rods are going to be used for unlocking the Forbidden Tech slots on my ships, as well as slotting and unslotting some of these pieces of forbidden technology to my ships for extra buffs, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. We definitely want the fusion rods, and then we also want these tier-up catalysts. The tier-up catalysts are going to help us promote the tier-up, if you will, the Forbidden Tech, which we're going to talk about here in a moment, and I'm going to triple pull that as long as I can. Also, you'll notice here that there is an extra refinery for proto matter to more building materials. However, it's very expensive, and I don't expect that we're going to be able to do that very often. So that's not an everyday kind of thing, because the proto matter is going to be pretty important for other things. But if you get a significant bank of that, which I suspect we will eventually, then you can come in here and refine it for additional building parts. You'll also notice that you have 2 other refines here. We've got some other refines that are grayed out for me right now because I don't have the appropriate level of Q's Court. I'm not going to spend a lot of these common fragments right now, but where you're going to earn those are actually going to be in the ladders, all right? You'll actually earn these throughout the Q's trials, but they can only be earned one time as you go through. So you'll get some of those that you'll be able to redeem for extra shards of the Forbidden Tech. So that is the loop on Q's trials. What are we doing with the technology at that point? Well, we're going to come in here to the Forbidden Tech tab. You can see that here. You can also get to it by clicking on this little button down here, and that is going to take us to our Forbidden Tech tab. Now, the first thing that we're going to have to be able to do before we can use any forbidden technology is actually unlock a slot on the ship. You see that it will take those fusion rods. It's not exactly a very cheap thing. It's going to take some time to amass those things, especially if you're doing just with the dailies. But again, through those ladders, you're getting some of that stuff as well. So we will then unlock a ship slot, all right? And actually, I have on this particular ship, you guys can take a look here. I've actually unlocked this one. And I'm currently not wearing or not using any of them because of current bugs in the game, which hopefully by the time you're watching this, or at least down the road, maybe that won't be a problem anymore. But as of the time of taping, it's been a big, huge mess. But you can see what we've got going on in here. You can see our progression, some of the shards that we've got that we've worked towards. Everybody got this one for free. This is a mining one. This one is an armada one. This one is hull health. So we've got a couple that we can choose from. If we were to slot that in, it is free to add it to a ship, but do be aware, it will cost at a level 1 or a level 5, I think it's like 1,500 of the fusion rods to remove. That will scale up, not only with the rarity of the forbidden tech, but also the tier and the level of the forbidden tech. So that cost will get a little bit more expensive as time goes on. Be aware of that. But that's where you would slot it in. And when you do slot it in, you equip it, then these basically become added buffs. You can see here that it will show you this forbidden buff here. It'll show it here, and you can get to it here. You can swap them between other ships. And these do have different types of abilities. By clicking on one, you can see this one, for example, the Metreon Cascade Warhead, really good for PvE. Of course, that is an epic. We take a look at some of these rare ones down here, really good against solo armadas. The Borg Nano Plating, I kind of like that one. Some of the mining ones, maybe not that important. We come down here to the Orion Seismic Charge, which is available in your refinery, and this one is also a small little PvE bonus. Now, I took my transphasic torpedo to level 5 the other day, and that uses a variety of currencies. When you are ready or want to see if you're ready to promote something, we're going to click on this little upgrade button here, and it's going to take us to an upgrade screen where you can see it is going to give us a chance basically to kind of craft or fuse a better upgrade or an upgraded tier of this forbidden tech. We can see here there's the forbidden tech reactors that we were earning in some of the refinery. And we can also see here that we're going to need some tier up catalyst. That is because I'm already at level 5 to go to tier 2. Now, when I'm just leveling it, it would have used proto matter, which is why I kind of come back to the refinery and say, I don't know if I would be using that very much right now on the building materials, simply because you're going to need it to level up your forbidden technology. But do note, it's not a 100% chance. You will have an opportunity to fail these things. And if you've got Bubba Joe quality RNG, or mine here as of lately, then you will have an opportunity to fail. If you fail, you'll notice the benevolence percentage will increase a little bit. This is a percentage, it's called a pity bonus, if you will. When you have an unsuccessful upgrade attempt, then the benevolence percentage will increase. How do you increase Q's favors? You do that by progressing through Q's trials. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck right now because I'm not at the Court of Q level 7, so I can only do those first tier 1 ladders. So you can see here, by the time I get it to level 5, I am kind of stuck right here at 70%. Do I take the chance, or do I wait until I can improve these odds? That will be up to you and how much currency you do have. Wouldn't matter for me anyway, because I don't have enough of the tier up catalyst. I'm going to have to earn those through the refinery. So that is how I'm going to level and tier those. And what do I get as I level and tier them? Well, I can see here that not only will the percentages increase as I'm leveling them, but the tiering will also add additional abilities to this forbidden technology and eventually give me up to 4 different buffs. You can see here the Metreon Cascade Warhead at tier 1. As soon as I unlock it, it's going to give me damage against hostiles, but at tier 3, it'll increase my hull health. At tier 6, tier 8, and so forth, it's going to add additional abilities to the ship in which I have slotted with this. That is forbidden technology. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Really, truthfully, Q's Trials is very decently well built. There's a lot of currencies, but the progression is very much like that of field training, which we typically tend to like a whole lot, so I kind of like that. Don't forget that there is a refinery option for your bells, which will be in the gift section. The warehouse cap on the bells is 75. That's the max capacity, but you can earn 80. So you want to try to spend yourself below that 75, then claim that 80. That will add to your inventory, and that will give you a few extra bells for you to use towards that overflow daily, at least for a little while until we find a more reliable way to source more of them. So that is in your gift section, which is for your bells. All right, so don't forget to do that daily claim as well as the stuff that you're earning from the dailies that you come into the refinery and spend in here. Lots and lots of currencies, which we will go into at later content, but suffice to say that the forbidden technology is the outcome of Q's trials. Lots of problems with this particular feature right now, but Q's trials looking really, really nice, and players having a little bit of fun progressing through that in a field training style. I have no doubt that these will eventually become good. They might need some adjustments, but this is like isolated damage was for the Voyager loop. This is the outcome of Q's trials, and that is your quick and dirty. Do you have questions? Leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer those as best I can. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel while you're here. Click on that little like button if you like this and want to see more stuff. You can click on the bell. That way you'll be notified when we publish new stuff. And please be sure to share with your team, your friends, and everybody else who might be a little bit confused about this forbidden tech and Q's trials loop. This has been a quick and dirty presentation of Teaching Trek. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of the how to get through it. We'll get into the detailed nitty-gritty coming up a little bit later. In the meantime, my name is UltimatDjz. I am your friendly neighborhood cat person saying meow for now. Love you. Me to catch you on the next one. Woo! Can I have an aspirin now?